The Recognised Seasonal Employer RSE scheme has been running since 2007. It enables the horticulture and viticulture industries to recruit workers from the Pacific Islands for seasonal work when there are not enough New Zealand workers. The scheme also contributes to New Zealand's broad objectives for the Pacific by encouraging economic development, regional integration and stability. Workers from the Pacific must meet health and character requirements and provide evidence of arrangements to leave New Zealand at the end of their stay. They may stay for up to 7 months during any 11-month period. There is a cap on the number of RSE places that can be taken up in any 1 year. In 2019, that cap was 14,400.
So the RSE scheme is really important for New Zealand because it really provides a much needed labour force for the horticulture and viticulture industry in New Zealand, which is one of our biggest export earners for this country. So the horticulture industries responded extremely positively to the scheme, and it's really evidenced by the increased demand from employers for additional RSE workers each year, and also the increase we've seen in growers registering to become RSE employers.
The RSE scheme is really important, not only for New Zealand but also for the RSE overseas communities. It's the best form of aid New Zealand can do because real people get real money, they earn real money and take it back to their communities. But not only that, we can harvest our crops on time, and that's really important.
The scheme itself is really great, and the relationships within this scheme are really great, and there's very strong collaboration and a willingness for businesses to talk about how they do things and to benchmark against each other.
The people of the Horowhenua have always seen the RSE team as just part of their community. They've never seen them as competition. They've seen them really as aiding and assisting the employment of other members of the Horowhenua in our packing business or in our strawberry business or other parts of their business. They see the RSE team as an essential part of their employment as well. Our packhouse workforce is all Kiwis. I think the horticultural employers do a stunning job of employing RSEs. We are regimented quite strongly through government as to be, to actually having a very responsible approach to employing these people. But I think I'm very proud of the employers. I think they do a really, really good job. Really good job of housing now, really good job of healthcare, really good job of ensuring that the maximum benefit goes back to the islands.
The expansion that the RSE scheme has enabled has generated more employment opportunities for New Zealand workers in permanent and seasonal jobs as the industry shifts towards year-round production, crop varieties change, and greater volumes are produced. There have also been large-scale investments in industry infrastructure, in particular multi-million-dollar investments in fruit processing facilities. These investments have had significant flow-on effects for the local construction industry, engineering firms and technology suppliers.
The businesses are getting larger, and with those businesses getting larger, there are a lot more full-time careers that are being developed in horticulture, and this is absolutely massive.
RSE employers are required to provide accommodation that meets a regulated standard. Most of this accommodation is purpose-built and is also used to accommodate Kiwi workers. RSE workers have access to healthcare, pastoral support and transport. Many employers provide meals or a weekly food subsidy, as well as a community space for cooking and socialising with high-speed internet, television and games areas.
We've been sort of looking through some of the dollars and cents that the guys have been sending back, and it's pretty substantial when you think about the average wage in the Solomons is $1.30 and they're earning on average sort of $21 an hour here. It is substantial the amount of money that they can earn that can then go back to provide for their communities.
the importance of having the RSE and the generation of income and employment for New Zealanders that's created as a result of the RSE scheme. And I think we are very, very fortunate to have the RSE as a scheme in New Zealand.
I think the challenge is that this shouldn't be really a sort of a discussion or a debate about whether it's a pathway for a Kiwi or a pathway for an RSE. Look, there's tons and tons of opportunities within the horticulture industry. Like, we've got a real labour challenge in the horticulture industry, and we've just got to find ways of solving that challenge.